So the scrawny gay man that is Tony Hinchcliffe recently put out a special. It's basically him leaning fully into the anti-woke, nothing's off limits persona he built post-Trump rally.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Move this man!
Netflix already gave Tony 3 specials, so I guess they decided to give him another, torturing us even more in the process. In this special, Tony Hinchcliffe wants you to think he's the most dangerous man in comedy. Nobody's safe when a true man of the people grabs the microphone.
Bruh.
That was the sale. That's what Netflix said. Cool, okay, alright. So, what's the hardest hitting material the self-proclaimed man of the people could come up with?
Black men love eating chicken. We all love eating chicken, but black men love eating chicken.
Fried chicken jokes in 2026.
Bruh.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But what you don't know, if you don't have a lot of black friends, is what I know, which is that black men do not love eating eggs. Interesting, right? They love eating chicken. Eggs come from a chicken. You'd think they love eating eggs. Not in their top 10 breakfast choices. Because even in the chicken world, they don't want to be around their children.
He's making this face like he just did something, but that joke didn't even make sense. He said they're children, but the eggs wouldn't be theirs unless they own said chickens. I know what stereotype he was going for, but it didn't make a lot of sense. This special was filled with stereotypes so old they should be collecting Social Security. Now, before you call me all sorts of triggered and offended, I'm not. I grew up hearing these things. I'm black and Asian. Literally, no words can trigger me. If anything, I'm disappointed. Fried chicken jokes in the Big 26? Tony is not a roast master. He's a fraud. Those are things a 13-year-old on the internet says. The thing is, Hinchcliffe's whole shtick is the anti-woke thing, which really isn't a comedy style. It's more of a marketing label. It tells the audience before the jokes even start that whatever's coming should be received as brave, as forbidden, as something they don't want you to hear. The woke mob doesn't want us to say these things, except nobody's stopping him. Netflix is paying him for 4 specials a year. That's not a man fighting the system. That's a man who is the system. I don't even think the people there actually find it funny. They just enjoy watching someone be edgy. They'd pay for anything if it's wrapped in anti-woke packaging. The same joke that would get a comic laughed off stage 20 years ago becomes brave truth-telling in 2026. Not because the joke got better, but because the label changed. They think they're triggering some imaginary person, they get off on that shit. That's the whole mothership comedy scene in a nutshell. And anyone that criticizes it or doesn't find it funny, well, that's because you're too sensitive, you're the woke mob, you're exactly the person he claims to be triumphing over. And honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, it's kind of genius.
What?
It's a bulletproof vest made out of branding. The worse the joke lands, the more it, quote, confirms he's saying some forbidden truth.
Bruh.
It's comedy that isn't supposed to be funny. That's how a hack like Tony can recycle stereotypes from before he was born and still get marketed as the most controversial man in comedy. Not because the material is good or even edgy in a funny way, but because the anti-woke branding told you it was before you even watched the thing. So no, Tony, this isn't comedy nobody saw coming. We saw it coming from a mile away, but it somehow was even worse than we all thought. The only good thing that might come out of this is if the elephant graveyard came out of hibernation. Even some of his fans couldn't defend this special. It was just a bunch of shock humor that did not land and an extremely flat performance. Lots of people are saying it might be worse than Gringo Poppy, which is absolutely embarrassing.
It's like Fauci, Delta, Mask, my life would be so much easier if I was just gay as shit.
This reviewer argued it barely qualifies as a stand-up special. They said, quote, "This barely qualifies as a special. It technically is one because there's a guy on a stage trying to make people laugh, and Netflix is presenting it as one, but the material is too thin to justify the label." And I agree. As for Netflix, they literally platform anyone. People like to call Netflix woke, but you guys should learn that these companies and huge platforms don't really care about anything but money. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.